We can't win them all, but we certainly cannot lose this way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Curfew Boys, a live post-game show. Let me introduce you to my boys. We got Fireman Sam in the house, who's not really happy.
Hey now.
We got GQ Chris, who's not happy either.
Hey now.
You got myself, Anxious Anthony. We got all our followers who are tuning in on TikTok, on X, TikTok, YouTube, and every live streaming services at this moment. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, if you love what you hear, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, and Facebook. Please subscribe and like to our channel to see our beautiful faces on YouTube, except tonight. We're still beautiful, even though we're angry and mad and disappointed, but we'll get there soon. But
I don't
still,
feel I don't feel beautiful.
You don't feel it, but we look
I
it.
don't feel it.
We look it. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is free. Tell all your friends about us. We have amazing content for you. We love talking Habs, and I'm sure you love listening to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get this episode started, I would like to thank our sponsors. We got Mike's Barbecue Rubs. He's a Canadian company based out of Canada, Quebec, that sells barbecue rubs, sauces, and kettle-cooked chips. All their products are proudly made and packaged here in Canada. They could be used on all types of meat, vegetables, and even fish. They have chips that are kettle cooked here in Canada, and they're the only company in Canada who is using their own barbecue rub as their seasoning for their chips. You can follow them on any social media pages such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X, and all their products are available to purchase on their website at www.mikesbarbecuerub.com, and they also ship all over and all across Canada. And don't forget to say this, always don't forget to rub your meat. Also, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Les Délaissés Lafrenière. Some of their best pastries here in Montreal, cakes, cannolis, and of course, our favorites, Zeppelis, especially during the month of March. They have 6 locations here, including Rosemere, Brossard, Saint-Julie, Montreal West, Pointe-Claire, and of course, our hometown, Saint Leonard. You can visit them on lesdelicieslafreniere.com. They are simply delicious. And of course, we would like to thank our other sponsor, Habs Cave, Mr. Sunil. You can add him on Instagram at Habs Cave. A man's cave's dream for Habs fans all around the world. Follow him. He's an amazing guy. Every Habs memorabilia you can think of, he has it. Also an amazing human being to be connected with. So guys, follow at Habs Cave. Guys, Saturday night hockey in Montreal against the shitty New York Rangers, who had a really bad start. And of course, they had to have a good win against us. We start off strong. 2 goals right off the bat. We're looking good. We're looking happy. And then we just let go of the pedal. And then in the third period, 4 unanswered goals from the New York Rangers. Well, not 4. Yeah, 4. No, 3. 3 unanswered goals in the third period. We almost came back. A lot of good opportunities in the third period. But again, I've always said this since the beginning. We cannot keep playing catch-up hockey. It will not last all season.
Yeah. One thing I liked, just scrolling on Twitter just to see any like post-game news or whatever, the comments. Nate Thompson, if you all remember him, he said that this Montreal Canadiens team, the last 10 minutes of the game, if they're trailing, they're going to give you something exciting. They're going to put on a show. And you know what? You want to believe, you have to believe if you're a fan, especially after the last 2 games and the performance they delivered, especially from Cole Caulfield. But you don't always want to rely on that, and it's okay. We're 6 games in, and this is going to be...
But I actually thought that was going to happen again, right? That empty net miss, and then we came around the net and almost scored that Caulfield goal.
I think it's not so much the Rangers got a lucky bounce, but it's more so the Canadiens got an unlucky bounce when Cole blocked the clear, but Lane Hudson picked it up, and that's a hand pass. Like, the ref has to call that. That is a hand pass. At first, I thought he was calling an offside.
Me too.
But then I saw like the hand gesture that the ref was doing. So right then and there. It's like anything is still possible. It takes less than a second to score a goal, but for just some reason this time around, I just wasn't feeling it, and I think this is just one of those games where this team has to come down to earth a little bit, and it's okay. I'm not saying that they're a cocky team one bit, but you know what I mean. It's also a learning lesson that you can't let go of the gas pedal, like you said, Anthony. You got to play 60-minute hockey, not 20-30 minutes of hockey. So I mean, did the Canadiens think this game was going to be an easy one right off the bat? Maybe not. Who knows? It did look easy to them for them at one point. Like when I knew Nick Suzuki, not that Nick Suzuki was a score goal, but I knew that power play was going to put a puck in the net finally. Just as soon as I saw that Demidov pass go right across Nick Suzuki, I knew he was going to bury his first one of the season finally.
But can you admit? Well, we all agreed to it, but to all the listeners and fans out there, can we finally see that Demidov on the first power play unit caused that? I mean, I don't know if it was the first. I missed the goal.
No, it was a second one.
Stayed on. It was
Suzuki
stayed
stayed
on.
Hudson.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still, you right away you can tell with Demidov and Suzuki on the same line in the power play, there was some magic and it happened. So maybe that's gonna be a wake up call for Marty to say, "Hey, it's time to change it up."
So you said something that I agree with, Anthony, in the taking the foot off the gas pedal, but I might shift that around. It's 2 games in a row that they play a veteran team with a lot of older guys, and Canadians got off to a fantastic start. 2 goals within the first 5 minutes, and then they start playing Ranger-style hockey that's more suited to their veterans, slowing down the pace, and again, that's a young man's mistake or a young team's mistake. They cannot start trying to play a grittier style, and it's just because that's not what their strengths are. They are so fast, they have to keep that game fast. They have to find a way to avoid falling into the other team's style of play. That's one. Number 2, I was not as impressed. I hate pointing the fingers, but I really was not impressed with the officiating tonight, especially at the end of the game. Alex Newhook, dangerous
Yeah,
play. It is
yeah, that
hit his
was
head on the ice. How the hell is he penalized for
I
that?
don't
Like,
know
really?
why, because
that's interference any other period of the game. Like that's interference any other
so the
time of the game.
officiating that called it saw the other angle where the angle that it looked like they were both holding each other, but when you see
Yeah, I
the
know,
camera on
but
the opposite side, you clearly see it was all of New York grabbing New Hook and threw him down.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
that's not a college.
I thought we were gonna get a power play on that
I th
particular play.
the other ones, and I was just about to say, I'm gonna allude to a few other opportunities that we could have got power plays. I thought there was a lot of interference and slowing down and holding, that
The
New York
slash
was
on Cole
doing,
at
but
the end.
but
Yeah, the
again,
slash
those
on Cole. Yeah.
the slash on Cole, but again, I think those other ones, I have no problem. I'll put them to the side. A
Mm-hmm.
few I would have liked to have seen called, but I'm okay. As a fan, I'll take a step back and say, you know what, they weren't called. They could have gone either way. But the one against New Hook really, really, really ticked me off.
Mm-hmm.
That was a horrible missed call, and that would have been a great opportunity for the Montreal Canadiens to go out on the power play in the last 10 minutes of the game and tie it up. The last thing that I want to say of the third of the 3 points is, again, let's not start with this, but goal number 4, come on, Monty. You have to have that. No screen, no
Yeah,
anything, just a direct shot,
that was
like
weak.
snuck right underneath his left arm.
But did you see the puck? The puck did like
Yeah,
a
it
freaking
whiffled.
chain job. Like that's so weird. But yeah, no,
But that's
I agree.
nevertheless, get in front of the puck. If it continues to be as such and continues to play as such, there's only going to be more argument and more open discussion to see whether or not Dolbesh is going to play more games. And I'll leave it at that. Between the reffing, goaltending that was not optimal, and definitely falling again into the Rangers style of play, just like they did with the Preds. Man, that sucks. That's a game that they could not win, especially leading 2-0. That is a you slow the game down and you still play to your strengths and you let it ride until the New York Rangers have to play an aggressive style of play. They have to overcommit on the attack. Then you get them on the counter attack and on the rush, odd man attacks, score goals. They that was a failure. That was a bad loss in my books.
It's a learning lesson for sure. I honestly not. I don't know. I felt like they were trying a little bit too much. I don't know if frustrations got the better of them. I wouldn't say that exactly, but you know what? There's no doubt Lane Hudson and Ivan Demidov are the two most skilled guys on the ice. I really thought Lane Hudson tonight. I can't blame the kid for trying everything possible, but I always keep saying this. Sometimes the best play is the simplest play. I thought tonight a couple of times I thought the one too many moves, like he lost control of the puck and a bit of like caused a turnover. Not exactly in the defensive zone, but like it's in the offensive zone. And like I said, I can't blame the kid for trying, and you don't want to hold him back from his skills and such. But I found a couple of times that like it's just like make these one or two passes, put it on net. If it doesn't work, win those puck battles, one or two passes, throw it on the net. I found there was a lot of too much like try to like even Mike Matheson try to channel his inner Lane Hudson with like a shimmy, and he kind of got beat at the point, but not that he had a bad game, but it's just little things I picked up on that. Man,
We're still
the
seeing a
way
lot of passes, too many passes.
well
We have to calm that
there's
down.
there's that too, and is it a bad thing? No.
It depends the moment.
They're
It
real.
depends the moment. But take the shot.
It's one of those moments, but that's exactly that. It's at a point where, again, you look at how when they were down against Nashville, what did Lane Hudson do? Didn't even try a shimmy or anything. Just freaking put it on net. Oliver Kapanen picked up the rebound. It was perfect. Obviously, what ended up happening after, but again, sometimes, man, when in doubt, just fucking put it on net. But there were a couple of times towards the end they did, and uh, who took that shot? That Carrier was alone, almost in the slot. I think it got blocked by I don't know if Bolduc blocked it. I don't think so.
It looked like it was Bolduc,
Rangers
but then
pick.
when you look at the replay, I think it was the goalie's blocker.
The goalie's block.
Yeah.
Well, Quick made a couple of key saves, man, and like, man, I had a feeling it was like because every time the backup goalie plays against us, it always happens against us, and like at the Bell Center where the backup like might steal
Has to
the show.
always shine.
Like he robbed Cole on that one play where Cole got the puck, wanted to cut in the middle, and then shot it right away. He shot low. Unfortunately, Cole couldn't lift it. If he did lift the puck, that probably would have gone over Quick's pads. But the best chance to tie it up was when Demidov picked up the rebound and he fed it to Bud, and I think even Budzik realized like, oh my god, like how did I miss that? Because if Budzik would have gotten that pass, that puck's going in, eyes closed.
But you said something before. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think there's gonna still be that adaptation period to like, oh shit, somebody can actually make this pass to me. Like I think there are going to be a lot of these moments where the guys are going to be like, oh my god, Demidov made this pass. Hudson made this pass.
So, guys, I think Demidov is him and Suzuki probably have to be the forwards with the best vision and hockey sense and playmaking skills. Like Demidov tonight, I swear to God, like he was,
and he's only going to get better.
That's the scary part, but tonight he I mean, the little that he did like was like impressive enough.
Yeah, but I wanted to. You said something about the beginning, Sam, and I'm not going to say this is it. Like, so you mentioned the word cocky. I'm not sure if I want to say the team was playing cocky, but I think maybe. Let's look at it this way. Coming off this amazing start of the season, you're right? We're 4-1 going into this game. Catch-up hockey, and we're tying games at the end and winning it. The confidence level is at a high. We're still at that home. We're still home. We're playing at home here. And I think they came into this game too comfortable. So maybe I don't want to use the word cocky, but I think they
No,
came in
definitely not
too,
cocky. Yeah,
but too
maybe
comfortable
yeah, probably.
and a high confidence level. And then you start the period with 2 goals right away. I think they let go of the gas because of, again, not cockiness, but they were just laid back and say, "Hey guys, we got this," but too soon. And I think, like Chris said before, that is a young team's error, right? Because you don't do that, right? Again, coming from a 4-1 start, you're back at home. Start the game with 2 goals. They were laid back and they put it in the bag right away, which you don't do that. You pay full 60 minutes. So let's change the word from cocky to maybe too comfortable. But yeah, it's a rookie mistake, I think.
It's a learning lesson. It's a learning lesson, and this comes down to, I think I said last episode, where it's like, it's great how they won against Seattle. It's great how they won against Nashville, and I want to see them. And it's very early on. There's no question about it. It's but you kind of want to see these good habits a bit right off the start. And tonight, I thought would have been a good test, despite the Rangers not scoring a goal at home. They're a veteran team with some great players. You know, you still have your Zibanejad, your Panarin, your Miller, and still have Adam Fox. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
Fox is playing well.
they're still a good team. I thought tonight would have been a very good test to see, in terms of that level of progression, you know, they could beat these excellent veteran teams. And it started off that way. And just because they lost this one, it doesn't. I'm definitely not saying it's going to be a problem for the rest of the season. Like I said, the season's still long. But I wanted this to be. I wanted them to win this one just to, like, you know, carry carry on from all the high of these comebacks in the last two games, and really being like, no, man, we took the lead. We had the lead. We maintained it. Played 60 minutes against a great veteran team. It didn't happen. It sucks. Did they play a terrible game? No, no, not even close. We see them play worse than this. I just think, like Chris said, this is a game they should have won, and it's definitely gonna be a learning lesson. And I want to see Dobesh back in net on Monday against the
So,
Sabres.
and that's what I said last episode. And again, I don't know if we're ready to throw in this goalie debate yet. We've said it last game. It's too soon. But the comfort level I have with Monty and Nets and the comfort level I have with Dobaj and Nets, it's just a different feeling. Like that goal, the fourth goal. Now, yes, it could have been a lucky curve, like Monty said, and it was a weird curve that went into the net.
Yeah, it was a weird, but it was definitely a weird shot.
But a play like
And to
that,
top it all off, a rookie. That's how he
it,
gets us. You know what I mean? Once again, that's how somebody beats us. It's like somebody that scores his first NHL goal, a backup goalie beats, like, does all these saves. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like every time Monty is in net, I don't feel comfortable. It's like
Well, tonight,
I
tonight I didn't. I did not tonight. Tonight, for some strange
every
reason.
shot
Sorry, I had
I
to cut you off.
clinched. Every shot I clinched as a fan watching the game. Every time they took a shot, I was like, but
Well,
I
Well,
don't.
especially from the point, for some reason,
yeah.
I don't. I'm not saying Monty's been terrible, but I don't know if he's been tracking. I don't know if he's been tracking the puck well
He's
enough,
not.
or as well as he could or has. Like last season, I just don't know what it is right now with
So
Sam Montembeault. It's weird. Like, I'm not. I just think maybe Dobesh might have a slight edge above him right now.
Well, look, the way that I'm seeing it is, and I wrote to you guys at the beginning of the game, and I said, "Ooh, Sam Montembeault is not looking great." And it was originally one of the first shots, and it was the first and only shot that he took. He kind of like he made some weird movement, almost fell down, didn't look solid in his net, and yeah, okay, he made a couple good saves, but on the overall, I thought had Sam Montembeault played a little bit better, we would have at least got 1 point in overtime. But the big difference that I think you guys are talking about is Sam Montembeault is showcasing nervousness. Whereas
Mm.
I'm not necessarily gonna say that Dobesh is radiating confidence. What Dobesh is bringing to the table is like a level of hunger and compete that is willing
I
him
like that
to
comment,
win.
Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is more calm, but he's aggressive. He wants it. Sam Montembeault, it's kind of like nervous again. I do
He
get
looks
that
nervous in
nervous
front of the
sense,
net.
like, oh shit, I wasn't ready for that shot. What do you mean you weren't ready for that shot? I'm sorry, even
So
if the puck curved, even if the puck, and like I say this out of respect, even if the puck curved down, get your body in front of it. Sam Montembeault, get your move your body, make it hit your chest protector at the very worst, but like he's either way too far out and he makes these over dramatic moves where he, like, again, we were so used to Carey Price playing not ping pong, but pinball between his two goalposts, and he would never venture too far out left or right. And then you have Sam Montembeault, a lot of goals. If you look at the midpoint of his body, like straight down the middle of his chest, the middle of his chest is aligned with one of the goalposts because he's gone so far out of the net. So, like, then you
and
start to
all the
say,
goals
okay,
are
if you,
going the same way, top shelf. So
yep,
if I was a brand new hockey fan watching the game for the first time, I would think based on looking at them between the pipes. You said nervousness, and Roberto here says calmness with Dobej. I would look if I was new to the league to this sport and watching the game for the first time and watching them play. I would think Monty is the rookie because usually the rookies are nervous, they're not ready, they're not comfortable for the net, they have that anxiety right at the beginning, just until they get that comfort level going. Monty looks like that rookie player, whereas Dobej looks like an ex like a veteran. He's so calm in front of the net. That's why as fans, again, we're not between the pipes. We're not hockey players, but just watching these goalies, Dobej looks so comfortable. The way he stands, the way he stands, the way he moves, there's a calmness in him. And again, this is us fans viewing it. We could be fully wrong here, and Dobej could have a really bad game Monday night, but
Well,
I don't know.
one of my favorite things I saw of Jakub Dobesh, and it doesn't mean what I'm about to say is that like Dobesh wants it badly to kind of to continue from Chris's comments about it, and it doesn't mean that Sam Montembeault doesn't want it just as much as Jakub Dobesh, but when Cole scored the game winner and skated straight to Dobesh to celebrate with him, if you look at like just Dobesh's body language after that win, and especially after making that glove save, like Dobesh went on like the one knee and fist pumped as if he's the one that scored the goal. You know what I mean? As Cole was skating to him. And this could be just a minor detail that I'm looking at. Normally Anthony looks at these things, but it's my turn now. It's and Cole said it too, like just his work ethic, his level of compete. He wants it back. Like these are actually Cole's words too. He said it. He said this in an interview, and I forgot if it was on LDS or wherever or TSN. But no, I think at what point it's too. It again, we're
Early,
still
he's
so
so early.
early, but at one point is Marty, or whether it's now or whether it's further down the line, in where do you think Marty should start riding with, excuse me, with the hot goalie though?
I think this week might be the answer to that question. If Monty
Well,
plays tomorrow and then they have a back to back and Monty doesn't play, sorry, if Dobesh plays on Monday,
Monday.
then
Hmm.
they have the back to back, and Monty
Yeah.
doesn't play well again in that back to back, and Dobesh does. Well, then you have your answer, and
Well, no, the back
you
to
have a
back.
potential answer.
There's a split on the back to back. It's just who play. I think the important game is Vancouver, right? The Saturday. Sorry, not the Vancouver game. The Edmonton game on Saturday. That's where we'll see what the decision the management is making, right? Because the back to back, you're not seeing anybody playing back to back. I guess if Dobesh plays Monday night and wins, then who's starting up that road trip,
Hmm.
right? If Dobesh wins Monday night, who's starting the the road trip in Calgary.
Well, the second game of the back-to-back is the Oilers.
No, it's Vancouver,
So
no?
no, Vancouver's a Saturday. Wednesday
Oh,
is
shit, right.
Calgary. Wednesday is Calgary. Thursday is Edmonton. So if we're doing post-game shows, these are going to be the late ones.
I have a calendar right in front of me. I don't even see it.
No, good question. I think I get the feeling, guys, that Dobesh is going to start Monday. Calgary, you're going with Monty. Edmonton, you're going with Dobesh. It's just my gut feeling. I'm taking.
Based on what we're seeing, yes. But my question is, if Dobesh wins Monday night, I think Calgary should be Dobesh.
And then you put Monty against the Oilers?
Yeah.
Maybe. But possibly. Maybe. Could be.
I think the harder challenge is supposed to be Edmonton out of the two, especially if it's the second game. And I think they're the better team, arguably so. So I think you would want to throw your better goalie against Edmonton. And I think the other indication is by the time that they get to Vancouver, if there's one goalie who really stood out, I'm talking Dobesh, if he really, really stood out, it would be very indicative of him starting the game on Saturday against Vancouver. I'll leave it at that.
Well, it's a 4-game road trip: Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Seattle. I can't help but think that split it down the middle, have them both play 2 games each. I really think you know that Dobesh is getting 1 at least because of the back-to-back. I still think.
No, but the question is,
I don't know. I don't even know anymore what
the question is. I think the question we're all asking or hoping to get an answer from management is like Chris said, when do we start playing the hot goalie? Is it too early? Like, you're right, Sam. I think there should be a split down the middle here for this road trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the question is it too early to do this, to play the hot goalie, or is it late?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's too early to play the
I mean, at some point, go, Chris. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, Marty's hard coaching. Abide by it. Go for it. Marty, you want to coach that way? Then make the tough decisions. You put Dobesh in nets, and that's why my answer to you, Anthony, is I think it could be as early as this week. If Dobesh really gets the opportunity to play 2 games this week in Buffalo and then one of the 2 Edmonton Calgary, which is a lock that he's going to play one of those 2. If Dobesh has 2 games similar to that of what he's already put up and he wins them both, and Monty can't come out of one the single game that he would play between either Edmonton or Calgary, then I think
we're all
it's as
talking as if Dobesh is playing Monday. We might even see Monty on Monday night.
It's very possible that Monty plays, and I mean, it's not a. I'm not gonna go as far and be like, oh shit, this isn't good news, but maybe if Marty is putting Monty in net against Buffalo, it's probably because he feels like Buffalo, a bit of a weaker team, even though they shut out the Florida Panthers. Which another reason why this loss, in a sense, not that it hurts, but it sucks because you have Toronto that lost in overtime against the Kraken. You got Florida. You got Florida that lost against Buffalo, and you have Ottawa that lost too. So these are, again, 3 teams in your division that you're going to be sort of fighting for a top 3 position. This is why these 2 points tonight. Again, it's early, so. But this is how mentally. Excuse my language. This is how mentally fucked we are in the head, obviously, because it's so early, but yet we want them to get a hold of that top 3 spot in the division early on.
But and that we're talking back to what I said at the beginning,
and we're talking like it's do or die.
But look, this is exactly what I said at the beginning. That was my point before.
We're only game 6. I know we're so wired in the most messed up way possible.
But what I'm trying to say is that
I gotta take it easy.
But this is what I said before. Coming into this game 4-1 with the hype and the confidence level and the highness of this team and the fun that we're having, they came in too confident, and look at us being so confident, saying, "Fuck, we should have won to be in the first place after game fucking 5." If we're feeling this, imagine, you know what I mean? Like, I think we're just
Well,
all in that bubble of soul, and it's wrong, right? Because we're
It's
just being
wrong.
well,
typical.
it's not. No,
We're already
no,
saying that we're winning 90. Like, this is 1993 again. We
No,
can't do that, right?
yeah, but
hey,
We're
Ant,
listen.
this
feeling
is
that.
this
Yeah.
this is on our end as fans. I think that same energy has been brought into the Habs locker room. Like, I think that they and you're saying no, it's too intense. We got to calm down. No, and I hope, like, it seems as though the Canadians are being just as intense, and I hope they are, because tonight, mark my words, tonight will hurt. Sammy said it earlier. There will be lessons that will be drawn from this game. This is the perfect example of something that could not slip and slipped. And if there's a lesson to be had early on, I like the fact that we're already fighting for every single point right out of the get go. That has to be the mentality all the way through. That's how we're going to secure a top 3 position in our division.
So you know what I just realized, and I think why we're thinking this way, or why we have this mindset of like get all the points as possible, even early on. I think because we were just so excited to see this team pick up from where they left off in the playoffs. And so, like, I think because of that, not that we're in playoff mode, but you know what I mean.
No transition. It's been continuous.
Yeah, it's just continue as if you are. It sounds weird. It sounds very, very weird early on in the season, but for me, it still feels that way. If you're gonna pick up from where you left off, you gotta start as if you're in playoff mode already, the level of your game. And like Marty said at the very beginning of this season, what's your edge? What's your next step? Ugh. It's
Okay,
really
question for you
it's
guys.
pulling me in game 6. Like really, it's
Okay,
game
question for
6
you
is
guys.
making me fucking go bananas a bit. Go.
Okay, question. Do you think one or all three injuries hurt tonight's game?
Oh, okay. I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to talk about this. The Caden Gooley one for sure, because it's Caden Gooley, and I'm worried about the kid. To be honest, 4 to 6 weeks. Okay,
It's like 2, 3 seasons in a row. It fucking sucks.
well, I think, well, Joey said it best. It's my turn to bring up Joey's name. We always bring up his name every episode. Maybe that's how much we
Joey.
miss him. But Joey was right. Caden Gooley is an injury-prone player, and he's been like that since his junior days, unfortunately. And obviously, no one's gonna quit on him. No one's gonna. I'm sure there's some people are there like, well, fuck, if he's so fragile, is it worth keeping him? I say yes for now because I'm just too emotionally attached to this kid. Believe it or not, I think maybe having Kirby Doc in this game, a bit of a bigger body, even though he's probably not the most physical guy, but he's still a big body. I think maybe could have helped. Would he made a difference? I mean, it's hard to tell. We'll never know. Patrick Liney, mm, him too. Tough to tell. I mean,
I think more the
it's
Gouldy
not.
and
I guess.
Doc injury hurt the game more than the Liney. Liney's been
You
very
know what I?
quiet.
But I
We
mean,
scored the power
Patrick
play
Liney.
goal.
Yeah, Liney's been decent on the back check, though. I have to say, like he hasn't been that bad on the defensive side of his game. A little bit. He's obviously not the most reliable person to play a defensive game, but he hasn't been, from what I've seen, a couple times like he's actually back checked and you know what, was at the right place at the right time a little bit. I honestly think, guys, I don't know about Patrick Liney. I For some reason, it's just a gut feeling. I have no facts. I have no data or anything to prove it. Just going my gut feel here. I think Kirby Doc, I don't know if it's a bit of a precautionary thing they did with him. to keep him out of the lineup. I don't know. It's just a feel. There's like a 99.9% chance I'm wrong. It could be one of those things where it's like, I'm not 100%. I want to play, but especially after last year with the injury issue again, maybe it's one of those things where it's like, let me just step out of this game because I probably won't feel like I'm helping the team as much type of deal.
For all you know, it could have been some
Maybe.
like inflammation. It could have been some like inflammation, like you're saying, precautionary reasons. It's not necessarily um that he was truly injured. It's just again, you don't want to have him in the lineup. Anthony, I do want to answer your question though, in terms of Patrick Laine. I do agree that he has not been a defensive liability for the Montreal Canadiens. But I just, again, talking about the nature of this team being extremely speedy, I just don't find as though he's gelled and been able to contribute as much as we hoped that he could on the offensive side of things. So
And that
I think that
disappoints me. And that is really
I
disappoints me.
personally I like Joe Veleno tonight as an example. I think Joe Veleno is the guy who steps into the lineup. I like the speed. I like the physicality. It's going to lead me to talk about one guy that I'm dying to talk about. Scored a
Mm-hmm.
goal tonight. Uri Slavkovsky. Just want to know if I'm the only guy who's shouting at his television, especially when they're in the zone and particularly on a power play. Again, we alluded to it in the past episodes, but this guy is standing at the top of the circle, waiting to
I
take a
know.
one-time shot.
I saw the same play.
There's like 2 or 3 times in this very game, again, where I'm going, even it's Lane Hudson who has the puck, who's perfectly
Mm-hmm.
capable of making the pass, and I'm going, "Why aren't you passing? Why aren't you
Dude,
passing towards Slav?
dude.
If he's not gonna be there to take the shot, then why have him on?" Like, out of respect.
Why have him there?
Exactly,
Oh
exactly.
man.
It's like, he put him onto the second unit, and he instantly becomes the focal point of that unit, get Slav the puck so that he can shoot. Well, shit. If he's going to be on that first line and they're not even going to pass to him and he's just going to go for puck battles against the board, yeah, sure. Fine. Puck battles against the board. We keep saying the same thing, but he's deadly with his one-timers and they're not even giving him the chance to take him.
I was thinking the exact same. It's like what with the 3 minute left. Was this
Not only
before?
not only with the 3 minute, but also in the second period when they had one of their power plays. Like, I'm going, he's there. Like, I'm going, like, he's there. There's nobody with sticks. There's no Rangers players with their sticks in the lane to cut the pass. And I'm like, this is the practice scenario. This is the practice scenario. This is where he drops a
Because
bomb into the
everybody's
top
covering.
corner of the net.
Yeah, everybody's covering Cole and Suzuki. That's
Exactly. So
I
utilize
know.
him.
I know. Dude, I totally agree with you. I'm trying to remember in the third, the one I was really like, why are you not giving it to Slav? It was in the third period with like 3 minutes left, and I think the whole debate was it the 4-on-4. It was it was
No,
around there. It was either 4-on-4 or they pulled the goalie. I'm pretty sure
I
they pulled
think it
the
was a
goalie.
pulling the goalie. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did. I was there thinking too, like, why not?
So
Why not? I don't yeah, that too, dude. I don't know why. I don't know why that's not happening.
I also think, and I said this last episode, and I know I really like Jack on the lineup tonight. Okay, I really liked him on the lineup for the physical side of the game, and I think that's what's going to hurt us all season when you play teams like Nashville, teams like um, Rangers. These big guys, these big veteran guys, we're not going anywhere with these players. We're going to get hit hard if we don't have any size. We have a talented team. We have a speedy team. You said that before, Chris, that we play with speed, we play with talent. We're missing that. And it's not that we're missing a lot of it, it's also lack of it, right? Like we said, Slav is not using his physical side of the game. Anderson
Amen.
is nowhere to be found anymore. I don't know what's happening with Anderson this season. I know it's only 6 games in, but he had a slow start last year. He's having another slow start this season. But you saw him in the playoffs, how physical he can get. Why aren't you doing that? Slav is not using his so when you have a player like Jack Eye tonight who dropped the gloves for Hudson, and I fucking
Yeah.
loved
Yeah,
That
that
End of his
moment,
shift. End of his
for the
shift,
you
he
knew
first
asked and
time,
still dropped.
for the first time
you
in my
knew it was
life,
gonna happen. There was no way Carrick was gonna get away with that.
but for the first time in a long time, we saw a player defend our elite talent, right? Hudson gets hit. Jacka's like, no, no, you're coming here. Like, I felt I was so happy when I saw that. But again, when Jacka's on the lineup, and I get it, his maturity level is not all there. That's why we keep healthy scratching him, because he's made a lot of stupid penalties and a lot of mistakes that way. But you need a Jacka on your lineup. You need size on your lineup to beat these teams like the Rangers. Look, we got lucky with Nashville. I'll say that right now. Yes, we played with character, but I don't think we deserved to win that game. We won out of character, but Nashville was hurting us all game with size, right? We need that. We need that. And I don't know where to get it from. Is it that, that second line centerman that we're looking for? Is he the guy with the size that we need? Or do we need to get a fourth line, or Anderson step it up again, or Slav step it up? But I keep saying this over and over and over again. I'm going to keep saying until we see it. We need size in our team. We need it. I'm sorry, but we're not going to survive all season like that.
I think
So
that fight though kind of woke up the Rangers too though.
Could be.
I really well because I think the whole thing with Jonathan Quick, I don't know what temper tantrum he was having, but going after Lane Hudson for why I don't know. I can't help but think that maybe that could have been some kind of turning point for the Rangers, even though it was late in the period and then they tied it up in the third, but like they probably went into that intermission thinking, yo guys, like we got these kids, like we could come back and we could probably beat them. Like I think the Rangers went into this intermission feeling confident in their comeback, whereas maybe the Canadiens, maybe for the first time this season, they probably went to an intermission thinking, maybe feeling nervous about having a lead. It's very possible. I mean, we'll never know. I mean, we won't know as fans unless we're in the locker room. It's just I think that could have been some kind of turning point of the game. I think guys were probably they probably got a bit of a momentum booster of Carrick. Listen, I'm a guy that loves hitting in hockey. It was a good clean hit on Lane Hudson. As a Habs fan, don't touch fucking Lane Hudson. Don't mess with him. Obviously, like you, Anthony, damn right, that was fist pumping the air when I saw Jack Eye drop the gloves. But I think as far as the Rangers, as collectively, I think that gave them an extra boost of energy, not just finishing the period, but even starting the third period. And you see the results. I mean, the Rangers came out. They came out flying after at the start of the third.
yeah, it brings definitely brought some emotion to the game, and I agree with you, Sam, on the Jonathan Quick. Even the guys on Hockey Night in Canada, their lip reading was basically saying Jonathan Quick skated up to Hudson, said, "You should be fighting your own fights. You shouldn't be depending
Yeah,
on a guy like Jack
yeah,
Eye
some
to
bullshit like
fight."
that. Yeah,
Yeah, to fight a guy like Carrick who's not in the same weight class. And you saw Hudson point, and he said, "I did so behind the net," because he knocked Carrick down right after
yeah,
that.
it's
Um,
true. That's true too.
so like Lane Hudson was not, a pushover in any way, shape, or form. I thought Lane Hudson received some of the biggest hits that he's received in tonight's game, uh, in all of his time that he's played as a Montreal Canadian. All this to say, Anthony, is there's one name like Josh Anderson. Yeah, I think Josh Anderson, if he wants to have success in the regular season beyond the penalty kill, he has to be finishing every single check that he possibly can. But you're so right in saying Uri Slavkovsky, what gets to me is every single time that he decides to use his body, which is 1 in 4 or 5 opportunities, he destroys the guy. It's not even in the picture, and you hear like the smash and the crash against the
Mhm.
boards, and he destroys people. And it's beyond me that it's not, you know,
It's not
maybe it's
consistent. I
not
don't know
Marty.
why. I don't know
Exactly.
why.
But maybe it wasn't Marty's game. Like sometimes I look at
But
this and I go, maybe this was not Marty's game. But if I'm Marty and I have this asset at the tip of my fingers, or I'll say at the tip of my tongue, because all I have to do is call out the person's name and they're out on the ice. You should be telling Slav, on top of going to fetch those pucks, on top of playing strong against the boards, you have to finish your checks. And you don't slow down, you speed up. And that's the one player, again, I love Slav. Happy he scored, want to see him succeed. But I think that's the big difference. Every single time we see him in the second half of the season, he's far more aggressive. He's far more he skates harder. He's going to finish those checks, and he's got to get into those habits early on in the season.
But
So
Chris, I think you said it, yeah, and this we'll never know unless he comes out and say it. But is it Marty's decision, right? Remember when we had George? Remember when we had George?
But hold up, I need to say something before we end up on the front page of the Montreal Gazette and La Presse. I love Marty St. Louis, and I'm not saying that Marty's saying, Slav, you don't go finish your checks. I just don't think Marty's necessarily encouraging it. So we love Marty St. Louis.
What kind of accent was that?
I don't know.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, don't know.
No. I agree with you, Chris. I kind of agree with you. I have news for you guys. Slav had the most hits on the team tonight, but with 3. Is that enough?
But hold up, Sam. That's like Slav will go and he'll just go up to people and be like, little bump.
Yeah.
Slav, and then some random hit. Slav is like, Slav is Ivan Drago from Rocky 4. That is literally Slav's body type. Everything he hits, he destroys. But he lets guys off easy. Slav, be mean, please be mean. Christ,
he could. He said it last season in an interview. I like being mean. If that's his accent, I don't know, but he likes being mean, and he felt good about it. So fuck it. This is a horrible.
I think we're done bringing accents into this show, guys. I think let's just stick to our regular.
The worst part is I wasn't trying to do an accent, so I must have lost my own.
You went in here. You went to another dimension or something. Or you got possessed by somebody else for like a split second. No, I get what you're saying. I really do. Is it in Slav's DNA to? Well, I don't even know anymore. Is it in Slav's DNA to be mean like we want him to be? Probably not. But he was the forward with the. I don't know if he was the player in Montreal Canadiens last year with the most hits. If it wasn't Arbor Jacki, it was definitely Juraj Slafkovsky. So there's somewhere down the line where like he is doing the job. But I think he mostly focuses on stick checking to cause turnovers more than delivering a hit. And his stick checking is actually it keeps improving. I just want to see if he had any not tonight. No takeaways, no giveaways tonight either. Yeah, no. It honestly tonight there's a page like it's called Hockey Cards page, something like that, with like advanced analytics, and believe it or not, Jaden Struble was the only one with the biggest offensive chance, even though Noah Dobson.
Dobson played a very good game tonight. I liked Noah Dobson tonight.
I thought he did
out tonight.
I thought he did too, and congrats to him getting his first goal as a Montreal Canadian. But it was on the overall for the defenseman. It was a bit of a tougher night for them. I love what Robert wrote here. Slafkovsky
Balboa.
He destroys. That's maybe the accent that I was going for. The actual Russian trainer from Rocky 4.
What a movie. I'm gonna put that. Actually, no, I can't. I work tomorrow morning. I'm not gonna watch that tonight. The Laval Rocket they start their season opener, their home opener off on a good note.
Florian dropped those gloves.
Florian dropped the gloves today because of a cheap shot hit from what's his name, Chase Stillman, who was fighting a Laval Rocket player. He didn't have a helmet, falls, lands, hits his head, And then as he's down, he throws in another fucking sucker punch, which you don't do. When a guy's down, you don't throw a punch. I don't care if it's in the heat of the action, heat of the moment. As soon as you fall on the guy, you don't take your arm up and swing again. Landed right on his cheekbone. There was blood everywhere. The Laval Rocket player is okay. Sorry, I forgot it. I forgot his name. I couldn't pronounce his name properly. Florian made sure that Stillman answered the bell, and Florian landed a fucking good one on him. And a lot of people wanted Florian to be the call-up instead of Owen Beck. I thought Owen Beck played a decent game. Nothing great, but nothing bad either. I thought he kept it simple at one point. Like, there was a play where it's like, just throw it on. He threw it on net, hoping for a rebound, which I thought was a good play. Took a hit in order to create a play in the offensive zone, which almost led to a scoring chance. And so we'll see. He's on an emergency call-up. I think I don't know if there's any news about him still staying with the team until if we hear news that he's Samuel Thomas has to stop that shot. Yeah, sorry. I'm reading something on Twitter. As soon as we hear news that the Owen Beck's been sent down, I'm guessing either Doc or Line are coming back in the lineup. Oh, and Jacob Fowler, shout out, boys. I think that's important to.
Of course,
it's so weird. It's his first career shutout, but as in a regular season, he already has a shutout in the playoffs. But yet, this one is known for his first regular season shutout. It's weird. Jacob Fowler, man, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, there's gonna
three.
Like,
three-way.
Are you out of your freaking mind? We're no way. We're never having a three-way goalie system. Okay, yes, you heard what I said. There's no more three ways happening in this team. Okay, especially not at the goalie situation. Okay.
You guys see that the slap shot to the ref's face? That fucking hurt.
Oh yeah. Well, he got.
You saw the bruise
right
away. Bruise came right away. I don't think he ever came back on the ice.
Oh, I don't think so either.
No, he didn't come back.
I don't think so either.
That hurts,
like,
man.
I'm still getting paid.
I'm still...
Take the rest of that.
You saw the bruise came out right away.
They for sure iced it right away, and they're like, just keep it there for the rest of the game. Monday night, boys. I feel
the game.
Yeah,
Chris is at the game.
Chris, did you get your Curfew Boys jersey like we told you to?
Come on, Chris.
Not yet.
We have 65 people.
My ankle is still swollen and blue. I'm still on reduced movement.
That's not a good excuse.
I would have crawled to the Bell Center if I could have.
What does a jersey have to do with your ankle?
I know.
Well, we're going to get it, boys.
Monday night, we want to see a post of you wearing that jersey. It takes 2 seconds.
With number 17.
Guys,
I want to see number 17.
I want to see 17. Last call, 17 or 26. I'm 95% sure 17. If you guys have an argument to make it now.
What's 17? What's the meaning of 17? What's the meaning of 26 for you?
So I played a lot of soccer growing up. The only guy 6'3", 200+ pounds playing soccer against these guys who are like 120 pounds soaking wet. Not the right sport, but anyways, all this to say is I played as a striker and as a playmaking forward a lot of time, and I was always my favorite player growing up was Alex Del Piero. Del Piero for Juventus was wearing 10 for the Italian national team.
Alessandro Del Piero, you fucking.
Look. If you need me to crack out Alessandro's jerseys, I have 4 or 5 of his Juve jerseys. I have a national Italian jersey of his.
Say his name right. Fucking shit.
Everybody said, even the Juve commentators. You don't remember them calling him Alex?
Okay, the 65 followers. The 65 people watching us. 17 or 26. Please put in the comments.
But wait, it was 10 or 7, and then as time went along and I got older, I couldn't pick between the both, so I eventually graduated towards 17, and I like that more and more for all sports. I thought it was a better fit for all sports, whether it be hockey or soccer. I thought it was just a fitting number for the positions that I was playing, always as a forward or like an attacking mid or whatever. So I think 17 it is.
17 it is.
Okay, but where did 26 come from?
Well, it's my It's my birthday, so it's like I always, as a kid, you always naturally gravitate towards using that number. You have like a particular
Right.
affinity towards it. Like I would use it all the time, and then I don't know, I just
Nah,
grew out of it one day.
17 it is.
17 it is.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys
17
could
it
have all
is.
kept 21, the establishment of the Curfew Boys, but you guys all ruined it. But anyways,
70,
there's
75
65
was
people watching us are probably bored of this conversation. Sorry,
70,
listeners out there.
75 was my hockey jersey number for many years, so that's why I went with that one.
I could have won with 8, Mark Recchi. I could have won with 10, my favorite number of Alessandro Del Piero. But I went with
Yeah,
21 to establish the Curfew Boys. But
perfect.
anyways,
Well,
guys,
for Guy
Monday
Carbonneau
night.
too.
Sorry?
For Guy Carbonneau.
Yeah, but see, the 21 bothered me last week. 'Cause I felt like I was fucking Brian Jonta for a second. No, is it Jonta or Gomez?
Too tall to be Brian Gianta.
Gian-
It was Jonta
Gianta
21,
had
right?
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
All right,
Gomez
we're
had
boring. We're
Gomez had
boring our
11 and
65 fucking fans watching this episode. Do you have any questions, answers to ask?
yeah. My answer to you is it's time
No
for
fan
bed.
questions.
Time to close this
You're
up.
too cranky. Yeah, if
Too
there's any
cranky.
fan questions,
I'm fucking cranky because he said Alex. Fuck. Sorry, I'm just joking.
all scam, all
It's all
scam.
calm,
no.
also cam. All right. Monday night, the Buffalo Sabres at home again. Hopefully we can get those 2 points. But until then, we'll find out. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear, you can follow us and listen to us on any podcast platform such as Spotify, Google, Apple Music, whatever you guys like to listen to. If you want to see our beautiful faces, subscribe on our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. A lot of content coming your way. It's only the beginning for the Curfew Boys. We have a lot coming for you. I'd like to thank all our sponsors for tonight's episode. We got Delicie Lafreniere, Habs Cave, and Mike's Barbecue Rubs. All their information is on our page on Instagram. You can follow their socials. Everything will be posted on our episode posts on Instagram. Please check them out. Give them some support and love the way you support and love us. Guys,
Okay, it's
can't
okay.
win them all.
No.
You can't win them all. You can't win them all.
You
Let's
can't.
all
It's okay.
relax.
We'll
It's
be all
not-
right. We'll be
yeah,
all
We
right.
still have another 80, 72, 73. My math is bad. 73
No,
games
it's
left. 74, 74.
Just awful.
73. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Whatever. We have a lot of games left. Thanks to everybody for listening to us on live YouTube. Until next time.
Bye
Bye
now.
Bye now.
Good
Good
night.
night.